Going. Welcome, welcome. I made it. Legendarily late as usual. But I'm here. Yay. Before we begin, as you know, today's a very special day. It is, of course, Infinite Fan's birthday. So happy birthday to you, baby girl. I hope you have a beautiful celebrations for your birthday as we've ticked in to the 9th of July. Infinite Fantasy Day. So, because here where we are, it's nearly 2 a.m. So, we will be going live in about 12 hours or something's time again, though. No, 24 hours time. So that's some shit like that. For the Bash celebrations, where we will just have a bit of a muck-up Q&A, have a little bit of fun. So make sure, if you're available, you twaddle off over there for us. In about 24 hours time, we'll be kicking the breeze and keeping it very, very low key. But more importantly, just saying it like it is, just having a good old yarn, a talk, water cooler. Australian slang gets me lost every time. Anyway, that's not why we're here. We are here though to celebrate Infinite's birthday and to wish her very, very well on her birthday. So if you see her around today, make sure you do say happy birthday, as it is her birthday today on the 9th. We are in the here and now though to do something very important, which is the All Signs reading for the week. This will attain messages for July 9th, travelling all the way through to the 17th, the Sunday of July. These messages will attain for those who have placements of Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Mercury. So if you have star sign in that placement, that's the one for you. Don't forget, Venus is love, your Moon is all about your emotions, your Sun sign is, what we wish we were. Your rising sign is how you perceive by others. And your Mercury is your communication. Okay? Then you can correlate that information into the house placements as to how that relates to you personally in your life through your natal chart. So, we're going to get into it and find out which will be the first sign. As I said, this is the July 9th through to the 17th weekly reading, and a massive, massive, massive happy birthday to Infinite Fantasy, who of course is celebrating her birthday today, as it is the 9th of July. So I hope she has a brilliant blast of a ball. So without further ado, let's find out who we're doing, what we're doing, and why we're here. First sign, Leo is the luscious Leo pride. How you doing? Let's find out. Oh, I'm looking shit everywhere over today, it's tragic. Let's find out what's coming in for the Leos for July 9th through to the 17th. Everything seems a bit off centre. Oh, by the way, Infinite. Chopper for her birthday. See, I've got one of every flavour back there, but so she can't make me flavour she wants. She only gets one. Since they're small, she can have as many as she likes. For Leo now, for July 9th through to the 17th, place spirits and cards for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury place. Okay, Leo. I just did your main monthly, Leo, for August, as it is your birthday month. It's just been released in the last 24 hours. This reminds me a lot of that. As soon as the cards came, I was like, ugh, Leo's main monthly for their birthday all over again. This is just the mini version, the snapshot version, whereas the main monthly had it all, every chapter. Oh, it was every chapter, I tell you. It was intense. But let's look at the week now, because the monthly was hardcore. The week didn't look much prettier either. Hang on. Farmers Union iced coffee. Are you doing a Leo read. That's exactly what you need. Oh my God, that's a jingle and I didn't even, I just winged it. All right. Leo, underlying energy for your whole week, July 9th through to the 17th. Six of Wands reverse. Leo, the whole underlying energy for the week is that of reminding you, don't expect any support here from the crowd, your peers, maybe even family or friends. It's that real sentiment of when you need a crutch or a friend, there's no one to be found. It's a bit lacking in support systems here, I want to say, Leo. It's a lack of, I want to say, being able to divulge your soul, like be honestly passionate in the way you're expressing yourself as well in some ways, about your desire. But the Six of Wands reverse is really a sentiment of a lot of apprehension, a lot of worry here, a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of being grappled with fear, results are being delayed, but any gains will be sort of inconclusive as well. There's a real sense of being alone, not having much support systems, not having really any accolades or pats on back from the crowd either, Leo. Let's break down the week and see what is actually going on here. So when we look at the 9th and 10th of July, the Saturday and Sunday, the card to pop out was that Queen of Pentacles reverse. Oof. Leo, on the Saturday, Sunday, the 9th and 10th of July, we are being a bit neglectful here. Whether this is an individual you're dealing with or whether this is traits that you are sporting on this particular occasion, there's a real sense of neglect here. There's a real sense of over-opulence and superficiality, all about the material, the money, the possession. Looking good, you look pristine, I want to say, or this individual that this is reflecting always looks pristine. But this sense of, it's all serve the ego, it's all just flatterizing oneself, it's all very fake. And whether this is a person you're dealing with or people are looking at you like this, Leo, it's not the most nicest of energy, really. And it gets worse. Monday, Tuesday, the 11th and 12th for Leo. Three of Swords. For most of you, I'm going to say this. You're dealing with an individual that is very neglectful. Neglectful, I want to say, of your feelings and neglectful of their responsibility towards you as an individual, as a friend, this could be a parent, this could be a step-parent, this could be an auntie, this could be in relation to a lot of different connections. It could be a best friend, could be a sister, could be an uncle, could be an auntie. It doesn't have to be female, it could be any gender. It could be no sign. But this is someone that has always been, hey Pisces Love 5. This is an individual that has always been very neglectful of their responsibility, but also of how they treat you or how they perceive you. I feel like this brings in a lot of heartbreak, this brings in a lot of pain, this brings in a lot of hurt for Leo. And I feel like you're coming to this realization again, especially if you have tried to put these thoughts before in the back of your mind and say, no, it's just, I'm seeing things between the lines. I think this is the confirmation that you've had of previous thoughts or feelings in regards to this person, if it is in regards to another person. If this is qualities that you're sporting yourself, Leo, I want to say you're going to hurt yourself even more than what you're going to hurt anyone else. The reason I say this is because of the next card as well. The 13th and 14th, the Wednesday and Thursday. Four of Swords. We are pulling back. We are really taking to tomb, taking to coffin. We are really pulling back into a state of respite and repose, especially mentally. We're just butterfly. We're not given anything. We're just glazed. A donut would have more inspiration and, less glazing on it than what you would write at this point in time of the week. On the Wednesday and Thursday, you're just mental facilities have gone off shutdown. And I say that because of this. It gets worse. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 15th, 16th, 17th. Now go to the Ten of Swords. So we went to Three of Swords, Four of Swords, to Ten of Swords, Leo. Well done. You've escalated the whole sword tree. And now you get to be pained and ruined and afflicted and mentally anguished. It's going to be a mentally exhausting week for Leo, I want to say. And don't expect to have any support systems either along the way. I think you'll be your own best friend. Melissa, beautiful, how have you been? I've been wondering how you've been doing. It's so good to catch up with you. And thank you for being so kind. It's sporting 2 a.m. here on a nearly Saturday morning now. So, and we've just started school holidays here in Australia. So if I look good, I'm doing well then, because I feel rather knackered or tired or meanings of that nature. So if I look half human, I'm very proud of myself. But it's good to see you, Melissa. It's so good for you to stop by. Thank you so much. But Leo, you know, you're going to have a week, and it's going to lead to a lot of mental anguish, a lot of mental tussles within yourself, I think. But I think you will get through it. I think your next week will be, you know, you're brushing yourself back off again and mentally readjusting. This is all the work that needs to be done. You never have, you may have clouds, but there's always a silver lining, you know what I mean? You can take this experience and just let it drown you, let it absorb you, and let it just bring in the dread. Or you can say, alrighty, that was a little bit fun. Don't really want to do that again, but I'm going to brush myself off and toddle off down to the next, I don't know, shindig, pub, thing of life that's of importance, and just off, review mirror this, you know, it's all behind you. And look forward. And that's the best advice. Oh, Cancer. Speaking of Cancers, happy birthday to the Cancers, as we are very much in the flush of Cancer season now, as well as to Infinite, of course, who is celebrating her birthday today, and I hope she has a wonderful birthday celebrations, as we've literally only just gotten over midnight, so it's early. It's early in the day for her celebrations, but I'm sure she's being pampered somewhere, as she should be for her birthday. The Cancer now for July 9th through to the 17th. Yes, it's 2 a.m. here. Yep, going on to a Saturday morning. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah, the time change, I must admit, really gets me, because it's really hard here in Australia to try and do the readings corresponding to, like, the main parts of either America or Europe to, you know, be plentiful to your viewing, because most of YouTube is, you know, it's more YouTubers that are of European or American than any other, I think, at this point in time. So Australia is like literally like a 1-2% or something like that. Like there's hardly any of us out here. So for us to sort of correspond our time to be, plentiful to yours is very hard. I really do struggle with it. So yes, it's we must break the dawn and go into the early hours to sort of make it work. But we do make it work, or at least I hope we do anyway. We do our best. The time is something else, I must admit. Cancer, what is this? All right, let's square dance through it. It is your birthday. If you're a Cancer, you could be celebrating your birthday. It is your season. I try my best. I do try my best. Wordsmith, I don't know. Fluency isn't really my specialty, especially most days when I don't have my coffee. But I do try to, spice it up with a unique line of language. And it can be fluent at times too, and loud. I try to keep it in check though, but I'm Australian and I'm a redhead. You can't ask for too much. we're an uncouth bunch, but oh well. The underlying energy for your week, Cancer, the King of Pentacles reversed. Speaking of someone that might be a little uncouth, The King of Pentacles reversed, he's the scammer. He's the one that's, cooking the books somewhere in a den somewhere, that corrupt individual that's, trying to give you a WhatsApp number in the chats, or even more so that Ponzi schemer, back in the day, Ponzi schemes. This is him, he may come off as, no one would ever fall for that, but this individual is actually quite smart and very good at getting in the back door or into places that people don't even know exist, let alone actually have access to. This is a very smart individual, especially when it comes to things like technology or things to do with security. So, your passwords, your internet. I wouldn't trust this individual as far as I could throw them. So if this is an individual you're dealing with this week, Cancer, be very, very cautious and maybe change things when this individual is not around, like passwords and things of that nature, just in case. Don't leave anything standard, make your own. Let's look at your week now, Cancer. The 9th and 10th, Saturday and Sunday. The Ace of Pentacles. So we've got a fresh new beginning here, and something that we're trying to bring in some sort of security or monetary prosperity. And I feel like it feels quite balanced at the moment. There's like equal weighted of prosperity to happiness, and we're feeling pretty good about this right now, Cancer. I feel like we're feeling pretty chipper about this, We want to invest in this. The 11th and 12th on the Monday and Tuesday, Virgo's major arcana come through now for Cancer, the Hermit. There is a sense here, though, of very much going at it alone. There's a real sense of needing to follow your own knowledge, your own guidance, but also be your own backer and back your own security. When you really look at these two cards side by side, big coin and an elderly man, there is nothing really around him except for his lantern, which is his inner light, or it's guiding him through the thicket or through the dark, and his stave and or staff or stick or whatever you want to call it, which he uses to keep him stable over the treacherous terrain. He's expelled all the other materialistic, fabulous what-ifs of life, and is just going forward with the bare necessities of what he needs to do what needs to be done. Everything else is within him. That's what I feel you're doing here, Cancer. You've got the idea. You're getting some ground here, and now it's all about doing it yourself. I feel like this is very much of self, because 13th and 14th, Wednesday and Thursday, the card of self, the 9 of Cups. This has been a bit chuffed with self. People might be looking at you as if you're a bit egotistical, a bit full of self. You did it. You made it to the 9, so you can drink till the last cup's empty. They can go without the wine. This is victory and abundance, and this is very much celebrating that fact and being quite chuffed of self, being quite gluttonized, really celebrating. This didn't come easily. This was not gifted to you, Cancer. This is something you had to work for. And I think outsiders might be looking at you like you was gifted on the silver platter, or you were silver spooned it. That wasn't the case. I see here that you worked hard for it, and this may have taken a lot longer than just this week, you know what I mean? Just don't get your heart broken if other people don't see it that way. 15th, 16th and 17th, the Friday, Saturday and Sunday, the Queen of Wands reverse. So this is someone that has the bestest of intentions, they have the noblest of intentions, they say all the right things, but when it comes to the action or the follow through to go with what they've said, they never do. It's a real fickle and flighty energy of someone that's, their word is not their bond. They can say it, but when it comes to the action of it, they're not even inconsistent. They're just not available. They're just not there. So Cancer, I really do feel here that this is the week of self. This is the week of being on your own, and this is the week of celebrating it to the last drop of the cup of 9, all to self. Because you did it yourself, for yourself, by yourself. And if you're having your birthday this week, you will be celebrating yourself, even if it is by yourself in a bar with 9 cups. I feel like you'll be happy either way, to be honest. You're going to make it happy. Oh, Virgo now. Let's see what's coming in for their week, for the 9th till the 17th of July. course, no worries. Funny, you've got an Aries. My middle child, he's an Aries. Yes, they're quite full on, to be honest. I love Aries though. I love their like determination. They're so, you can't tell an Aries no when they've made up their mind to do something. They're so stubborn, forthright. It's their way. They know that. My son's 5 years old. He tells me the way it is. He tries to dominate me. And I'm like, son, you forget your place. You're not a king yet. If he was just chess pieces, he'd be the little pawn. But he really does think he's like the big castle. Oh, honey, you're so funny. But he makes me laugh. Oh, dear. But I do love an Aries. They have beautiful personalities and their determination is second to none. But Virgo, wow, what have you got going on, Virgo? This is a little crazy. Virgo, oh, they are ambitious to a T, to a fault. I love their ambitious nature, to be honest. It's a bit hard being a parent of an Aries though and butting heads with that fury of passion and desire, and it's like a brick wall. It will not budge. It will not budge. And like I said, I'm talking about a relationship with a 5-year-old. You know, it's a bit, I hope it gets easier as they get older, or at least the dynamics look a little bit more normal to people on the outside, because people look at us like we're crazy. I feel crazy some days with him, but I love him to bits, so. Oh, Virgo rising. Excellent, Melissa. Oh, it's fun. I'm Capricorn rising, so yes, I'm a blend of everything. Virgo. The whole underlying energy for your week, for the 9th till 17th, though, is that of resolution and conclusion and solace here. Having real resolution. And it's not sort of putting it in the back of the stage and sort of dusting it off another day when it could be used in some sort of motivation of speech. Oh, they definitely keep you in check. Oh, definitely. They keep you wondering whether you're going to make it through the day. But with the 3 of Cups for Virgo, I do see here that there is a real sense here of conclusion, solace, and a real coming together, and a real letting go and releasing of any resentment, ill will, ill regard, any ill sentiment. Is just really coming together and celebrating and really letting it all go, letting it all release. Let's look at the week. The 9th and 10th, the Saturday and Sunday, we start off beautifully. This is the 8 of Wands. Much communication back and forth, real swiftly made movement here. Very, very driven, I want to say, very desired, driven, really passionate communication back and forth. I always look at that 8 of Wands as well, referring to sort of Cupid's wands, like, you know, love letters, you know, back and forth, communication of that sort, you know, the tussle and flurry of a fresh new communicative relationship, you know, how that gives you that real, oh, you can't wait for the next text or the next letter, or do we do letters anymore? Well, we used to, but text message or whatever, or email nowadays, I guess. But, you know, that next, you know, hit of hello. There's a real sense here, though, of it going both ways and being very furious of just back and forth, loving in nature or very, very deep in sentiment, I want to say here, very emotionally dripping. For Monday and Tuesday, the 11th and 12th for Virgo, I see from that 8, we go to the 6 of Swords. Now, this is making up your mind to make a headstrong attempt, a real headstrong attempt, to move forward with something that otherwise you hadn't been able to due to being too fearsome, anxiety-ridden, or just telling yourself you just can't do it in the mental sphere. You're going to cross this river now. And you're not going to let the anxiety go. It's not the fact that you've overcome that anxiety or that fear. No, because she's taking her swords with her. This is taking that fear and anxiety, but not allowing it to control or to stop you from doing what needs to be done. And in this case, it's crossing this river. It's a journey to get to the other side. It's to make the journey to get where you need to be, to move forward. Otherwise, you'll just be stuck on the side of the bank, not being able to cross. But here we are making that crossing. We are making that breakthrough, even though we still carry that anxiety and fear. We still have worries. We still have a lot of them. But we're not allowing it to cripple us and to keep us on the bank of that shore. We are going to cross the river. When we get to Wednesday and Thursday, the 13th and 14th, we see Taurus's major arcana come through here, the Hierophant in reverse. You're going to be sacrificing a lot, and not just for yourself, but for others as well. I feel like this is going to leave you feeling quite drained. Your energy level is going to be quite low, and you're going to be very vulnerable to people's needs even more so, because you're going to be kind of exhausted. You know what it's like when someone's sort of asking for things and you're feeling a little tired and you just give in. It's kind of like that. And because of that, I feel like you're going without a lot. You're just very susceptible to other people's needs, or you're just sacrificing a lot at the moment for others or for yourself, to the point where you're just feeling very vulnerable, feeling a little flat. You're feeling a little bit forgotten or forsaken, I want to say, in some ways. Like the sentiment isn't gifted back very often, and you're doing this, I feel, very often, and it's just starting to make you feel a bit spent. As we come into the end of the week, the 15th, 16th, 17th, the Friday, Saturday and Sunday for Virgo, we have another 3. It's the 3 of Pentacles reversed this time, whereas we had the 3 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I feel like as we come into the end of the week, Virgo, we're getting a little soppy. We're getting a little mediocre. We're getting a little bit, I'm not even putting my full effort in. I just can't be bothered putting any effort in. It's the end of the week and I can't be bothered. And I feel like if you have been working in any sort of collaboration with people on anything that you're doing for career or work, or even something that's simple like around the home, I feel like there's going to be some butting of heads. I'm seeing that there'll be some misunderstandings about the collaboration of bringing this together, or what was agreed upon. There's going to be some nigglings here. I feel like this is stemming more from exhaustion, tiredness, and just not having a good day kind of thing, rather than the design or everything all going to pot. It's just more the fact that having a bit of a bad day, don't really want to listen to this, you know what I mean, I'm checking out kind of thing. But I don't feel it's going to damage you. I feel like you have a bit of a hefty start to the beginning of the week, Virgo, and it does sort of take your energy away as you move through the week. You just seem to get less and less of that energy that you need to sort of get these things done, because you've got a lot going on, I feel, across your career, across your, spiritual, or how you help others, as well as your mental sphere and your desires. Oh, definitely, darling, definitely. I would strongly suggest that for sure. Always watch, because you never ever know how it will all play out, to be honest. Observation is key, I always say. To observe is to get the knowledge that was otherwise not seen. Yes, very closely indeed. We're going to do Sagittarius next for you, my darling. So let's have a look for the Saggy card. I'm cheating, I know. I'm allowed to. I don't do it very often. Oh, look at that too. You know how I always say Sagittarius and Gemini next to each other again? These two, you need to have a break. You need to stop coming in always together. Oh, I don't know why it always happens. It's like magnets. They're a force to be forced with. Let's check out Sagittarius now. But honestly, I don't know how they keep doing that, honestly. They always end up together again. The Sagittarius for the 9th till 17th of July. Hopefully we're going to have a good week for you, darling. They really are. I don't know how they keep doing it, but I'm tempted to lock them in boxes separate. I don't know what sort of fraternizing stuff they're getting up to, but they just won't split up. Oh, well, there you go. That's maybe why they won't separate. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's good to spend time with your mum, honestly. I wish I spent more time with mine at the moment. She's just working way too much. It's good to spend time with mum. Even if you have moments where you disagree, it's still great having time with mum, I reckon. Wow, Saggies. Oh, Oh, this is weird. This is very similar to what we just did for Virgo, but it's upside down. Do you remember how Virgo started? The Eight of Wands. This ends with the Eight of Wands reversed. Do you remember in the middle how there's the Nine of Cups? This starts with the Nine of Cups reversed. Gemini, you're saying? That's their major arcana. That's the card for Gemini. It's inverted though, it's upside down. And then we have the Queen of Swords reversed in between your week. That's a little bit weird. But, well, sometimes you get weird weeks and synchronicities that are just, yep, just got to run with it. Sagittarius, the underlying energy for your week though is the Four of Pentacles. There is a need to cleave hold of money here. Not wanting to let a penny go, counting every cent, but cleaving hold of it especially tight. There is a need here to grab hold and cling, and some people will call it the Scroogey energy. I wouldn't call it that. It's when people go into panic mode, I would explain it as, you know, how you want to grab your assets so fast. It's like when there's a fire, you know, you would need to grab the box with your birth certificates and your passports. You know, it's that grab and go. That's what the Four of Pentacles reminds me of. It's like any minute now, someone's going to try and take, or someone's going to ask for something, or someone's going to want something. So I'm just going to grab and get ready to go. And if he could run, he would be running very fast. But instead, he's just cleaving hold so tight. He's blocking anything from not only getting away from him, but anything from getting into him as well, especially his heart chakra. It's almost blocking him like a shield. His intention to cleave hold of things, in the end, is actually blocking some of his prosperity too. The Four of Pentacles, it's that of what you're doing is actually not only in your way of looking at things helping, it's actually hindering. It's a bit of a double-edged sword. But this week is something else, especially after doing Virgos. The 9th and 10th, Saturday and Sunday, you have the Nine of Cups reverse. So Sagittarius, I'm glad it makes sense to you, honey. I just read the messages. Nothing makes sense to me, honestly. Half the time I don't even understand what I'm talking about. But if it makes sense to you, that's the main thing, hun, because honestly, it just comes out. Honestly, half the time I don't even understand what it is I'm talking about. It's really weird. The Nine of Cups reverse for you, Saggy, though, you are starting off the week on the Saturday and Sunday questioning some things. For seeing here, there has been maybe some mistakes, losses, or some sort of issue that's come about, and I feel like it's not right now. It's happened in the past, but it's still sort of under the surface. It's still there. Still a bit of a sore point, I want to say. I'm feeling like you're not letting it affect you. It's more of that feeling again, sort of coming in like, as we go into Monday and Tuesday, the 11th and 12th, with Gemini's major coming through, the Lovers reverse, I feel like it starts to make you really, really question this feeling or this, you know, remembrance of some sort of mistake, loss, or really makes you start to question something and realize if you did cut away from someone, it was the best choice. Or if you haven't yet, maybe that's what's needed. It's this sense of, I need to do what's good for me, and I don't think that this relationship, partnership, connection is what is best for me personally. Because the Nine of Cups is that really of self. It's a very of self card. Actually, all the nines are actually of all the suits. But with the water, with the emotion, the imaginations, the feelings, that sentiment, with that being inverted, it's a real sense of really not being emotionally invested in yourself, or with a partnership or a connection. It's a real sense here that it's taking more from self than what it is gifting. When we look at Wednesday and Thursday, that 13th and 14th, the Queen of Swords reversed. This is someone that is very, very malicious in the way of letting it all rip and come out of the wash with their mouth. They have no control. They have no line in the sand. They just let it rip raw. They say things that people knowing maybe shouldn't say, but things that really can cut quite deep. This is a person that can be quite vengeful when provoked or when irritated, I want to say. And their mind is very sharp, but it's used in a way of like a weapon. They use their mind in a way of analytically working it out very fast and just verbally assaulting you. And it sort of leaves anyone that's attacked this way very confused. And by the time you realise or get a comeback, they've already, let off a whole lifetime of issue to you, and you're sort of left really confused and a bit discombobulated going, what was that? And the final card is even more tripped out. The 15th, 16th and 17th, the Friday, Saturday and Sunday, like I said, the 8 of Wands reversed now. So this is having some problems here with a connection, and we have to block it. We are actively not giving to this. In fact, we are turning the other cheek, I guess you could say, to it. We are, if they're on social media, blocking them on our phone, blocking them on our email, actively blocking, avoiding this individual. I feel like there could be even some underlying energy of like envy, jealousy, wanting to get you back, kind of like a little bit of ill will, ill intent here. Sort of, if you're going to block me, well then I'm going to, take another step. Exactly. Verbal diarrhea with no filter. It's just actual, like almost like an assault. To this person though, it's not a big thing for them. For whoever, gets the other end of the stick, I feel like they may not agree with that. And I don't think, you particularly like that. And it's like, no, I can't keep dealing with that. It's a bit too much, and it's just too taxing. And I've got better things to do with my time or connection. It's very strange though. It's very polarizing to what Virgo just had, like upside down though and back to front. So that's definitely different. And to help you out as well, darling, we're going to look at your daughters, you said, sign, Aries. Yes, my son always interrupts the Aries readings when he's sort of up and I do the readings. As soon as he sees Aries, he goes, Ram gang, Ram gang, Ram gang. And then all the kids start screaming Ram gang, and that's the end of the reading. It's like you're destroying the reading for Aries. Never get a good reading from me, because if Lincoln's around and he hears the word Aries, Ram gang, Ram gang. Good Lord. It's like a R&B song. The Aries, 9th to the 17th of July. Let's see what's coming in for the Aries week. Not the Ram gang, just the Aries. We do not condone ramming or railroading people on this channel. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is interesting. Got 2 majors at the beginning and end. The underlying energy is a sword card, and we have that King of Swords right in the middle. The 9 of Wands reverse. Interesting. So many 9s coming through tonight. It's very interesting. Because it's so close to the 10, it's so close. The underlying energy for Aries week is the Page of Swords reverse. This is realizing that someone isn't who they claim to be. Someone that you may have grown attached to, someone that you may very much trust, someone that you may have, opened your house to, opened your heart to, opened your wallet to, or just always believed in them, especially what they told you or what they communicated to you. This person was wearing a mask. This is a real falsity, a real imposter, and realizing this. It's like it's all come out in the wash this week. It's like you get a bit of an inkling and then bang, the realization. There's not much in between it. It's like the moment you think you're going to crash and then you crash, there's not much in it. And that's sort of like with this 1 minute, you trust this person, it's good, it's solid, you're in that belief, and then bam, realization happens, everything's twisted and changed. Don't trust this person no more. Who is this person? Don't know this person. It's like going through all that motion. Let's break down Aries week. So the Saturday and Sunday, the 9th and 10th, we've got Scorpio's major arcana coming through here, the Death card, but it is inverted. So Aries, we're starting off the week very much without any real change or any real transformation. There's still that real sense of going about it the same way. Not much has really changed. Same system, same cycle, same routine perhaps. Nothing really big maybe is transformed with inside of self. There's just a real sense here of still plodding along, sort of rat on wheel. Everything's still turning, cogs are still going. Things that I wanted to change maybe haven't. Things that I didn't want to change haven't. It's all pretty much consistency moving forward, whether that makes you happy or not. Monday and Tuesday, the 11th and 12th. Now we've got the King of Swords coming through. Now this is being extremely analytical. This is where your mind is the key to make things happen. Because when you think it, you've got the gall, I want to say, to put it into action. The King of Swords is the most analytical master of thinking the plan, but not just thinking it. He then activates it in full force of movement. He just wants to triumph. No emotion, no regard in that department. It's all about the analytical, the thought, the process, and the force, and make it happen. No if and buts or maybes. He reminds me of the military soldier, you've been given an order, why are you still here? Get the force happening, move. Doesn't matter where you go, where you're moving to, just force the mind and the body to push through. Even if you don't know what you're going to do when you get there, just keep moving forward. On the 13th and 14th, though, the Wednesday and Thursday, we hit a bit of the stick with the Nine of Wands reverse. So coming out of that King of Swords being very analytical and being very forceful, and maybe even coming across a little bossy to your peers or those around you. On the Wednesday and Thursday for Aries, I see that there really is a sense here by the week's end of really feeling as if there's been a lot of obstacles, a lot of troubles, and just always feeling as if there's just a lot of quarrels, maybe a lot of jealousy, but there's always that bickering, that back and forth, never seeing eye to eye, always needing to argue your point or stand your ground, or always needing to defend yourself, always. It's just that sense of, every time I've got to re-explain, or every time I've got to, grab a wand and, go to battle all the time. And I feel like there's a sense here of lack of compromise on both sides of the fence. But I feel like this is a bit more of a message for Aries, that you may be feeling very hurt and feeling like you're always being attacked. But try to look at the actions that you may be exposing to others. It may be the reason why they're reacting that way. You may not be meaning to, but you may be coming off a little bit over-invested, I want to say, in whatever it is you're trying to get across, and people are just seeing it as an attack instead of a passionate conversation. I want to say people are getting their back up against the wall before you've even had a chance to say the sentence, Aries, because you're hot-blooded about it. You're invested in it, for example. And with that King of Swords, you're saying it like it is, which can step on some people's toes. And I feel like there's a bit of misunderstanding here, and it's leading to even more disputes, quarrels, arguments, which is leading a lot more of much the same. Because then we hit the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 15th, 16th, 17th, seeing out the week for Aries. We have Capricorn's major arcana come through here now, the Devil reverse. This is good. It's much better than in its upright. Because when the Devil's reversed, it's like, okay, I know what's bad for me. I've seen it, smelt it, endured it before. And I'm not going to make that mistake again. And if you're going to bring this in for me, or if you're, looking, smelling, anything like that, I don't want a bar of it. I don't want a bar of it at all, because I will not get attached, binded, shackled to something that will not serve me any good personally. If it's addictive, or if it's makes you feel subordinate, or if it makes you feel less than, or if it consumes you, or if it any and all of that. So it can cover a lot of things. You don't want a bar of it. You don't want anything that is going to make life harder for you, Aries, because I feel like, I'm going to be honest with you, you're going through it a little bit at the moment. Things are really a little tough. And I feel like out of all of this week, somewhere along the line, as I said, that underlying energy of really finding out that someone has been maybe not completely honest with you about either their intention, something that's happened, or something small about who they are as a person. It's something coming out and sort of having a realization of, well, it's like being told Santa Claus isn't real. It shatters that image, you know what I mean? And I feel like Aries, the underlying energy is a bit like that. Not to that degree, of course, but more like a little splinter version of that. Sort of just, it's going to hurt a little. It's going to make you a little disappointed and very disheartened, I want to say, that someone was able to pull the wool over your eye kind of in this way. Because Aries are very loving people, honestly. I've got to say that. Aries are very trusting people. And they trust people to a fault sometimes, because they just, they're so energized, they're so passionate, and they just want to share all that. Sometimes they can get a bit loud with that and a bit hot-blooded, like I said, with that. But they mean all well with it, you know what I mean? But I feel like sometimes Aries can get taken, used a little bit in that regard by others, because, or not seen in the correct light because of it. Aries get a hard rap. I've got to admit, Aries do get a pretty hard rap. I feel like some of the star signs struggle to understand Aries and their, get up and go combativeness towards their passionate needs and how quickly they need to bring them into fruition. Oh wow, Gemini, we got a gap in between them. A forced gap by me, but still. We'll now do Gemini. I know what's coming in for their week. The 9th till 17th for Gemini. Hopefully you'll be having a good week, Gems. 9th till 17th of July for Gemini. Oof. All the signs lately have been having weird weeks, so yeah, Gemini won't be any different, I don't think. Not at all. They're joining in the crazy as well. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Gemini. Oof. The whole underlying energy for your week, the 9th till the 17th of July. Here's a realization something's not coming in. 3 of Wands reverse. Something that you're waiting to come in, something you're very passionate about, something that you're even waiting for, like a monetary payoff for something that was very much yours, or a payoff for services rendered kind of thing has not come in. Don't know where the ship went, but it must have sunk way off the banks of the shore, because there is no sign of this ship coming in now, or maybe ever. And this is really coming to the realization of there might be some loss here in monetary, but more so there's a real sense of a broken desire here, a broken passion, not just a broken investment or a ship not coming in. It's really a sense of a real want or a real need being unfulfilled or falling flat or not coming in when it was promised to a person. When we look at the week, though, the 9th and 10th, the Saturday and Sunday for Gemini, we start off with the King of Wands reverse. That hot-blooded comes into mind right now, actually. The King of Wands, when he's reversed, he's very passionate, but very emotionally unstable. He gets so invested. He can get a little bit dangerous. He can get a little bit fiery. He can get a little unstable. His emotions are very back and forth, but he he's got a real artistic temperament is how I would explain it. 1 minute calm, cool, painting the most beautiful of Picasso's, next minute paint's flying everywhere, they're ripping up canvases, they're trying to rip the house down, and they're saying some choice language. It's that sense of being, whoa, very from one end of the scale to the other in less than 60 seconds. Gemini, I feel like on Saturday and Sunday, something has disturbed you a little bit in your emotional sector. Don't quite know how to deal with it. So you might be expressing it in the wrong way to the wrong people, and maybe shocking some people, like, whoa, why? You might get a little bit emotional in the way of getting a little sad and sort of having a little bit of a minute, tiny little bit of a hissy fit breakdown moment. You might have an episode kind of a thing, which people might be like, whoa, what's going on here? But I'm seeing you're not really going to tell anyone anything, Gemini, as to what's really, really going on with you, because the 11th and 12th, the Monday and Tuesday, coming in after that King of Wands reverse, someone that's very unstable in emotions, very hot-headed, very invested, but not knowing how to manage anything correctly here, and being very, very driven to the point of being a little bit unstable. With the Queen of Pentacles reverse coming in, and this is like a match here of weird suits, it's really being neglectful. And I feel like the person you're being most neglectful to, Gemini, is yourself. By not sitting down and just having a moment with yourself and being honest with yourself. I feel like something's got you in such a tizzy, and you're so all curled up, you're all discombobulating yourself, you're sort of tearing yourself apart, and you're all emotional, and you're not handling it very well, and you're just being very neglectful to yourself, I want to say. Maybe even getting a little bit depressed and not wanting to get out of bed, and neglecting the household chores and things of that nature. Just pulling back and just being like, you know what, I can't manage this. I feel a little bit unstable. I'm not having the best period of time maybe, and I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with my responsibilities. I don't want to deal with the housework. I don't want to get out of bed and dawn on my favorite dress and my makeup and do my hair. I don't really want to do that. Maybe I just want to, I don't know, laze in bed, eat breakfast in it, and stay in pajamas. Like, I feel like this is very different to what this person would normally do too, if they do end up deciding to sort of take a break or breather and just go hobo-ish for a day or two. But Gemini, I feel like on the Wednesday and Thursday, the 13th and 14th, it's time to bring balance back. It's time to get back into the game, because the Two of Pentacles, this is quickly realizing that we need to rock it back and forth. We need to get agile, get forceful here in bringing some balance into whatever we're doing for monetary or something in regards to monetary. It needs your attention immediately, and I feel like you need to get up and off and deal with it immediately, and you do. It takes all of your attention, I want to say, on Wednesday and Thursday, and whatever this is regarding in trying to balance something out, or trying to make something have the agility to move forward and have some sort of balance and equalness, instead of it just going up, down like a seesaw, and it's all unsecure and you're just all back and forth. There's a need to bring some sort of stillness to some sort of monetary or financial aspect of life here. And I feel like you can do it, Gemini, easily, with your eyes closed maybe, because the Friday, Saturday and Sunday, the 15th, 16th, 17th, seeing out the week, we've got Mercury's major coming through here with the Magician. And the Magician does stand for that Mercurian energy of really blending, fusing the elements or what is needed to get the job done. The Magician, he's got it all there at his disposal. He's got all the elements, everything he needs. All he needs to do is make it manifest by wishing, molding, doing what needs to be done. It's already to be created. Just needs his consent or blessing, or wish, I guess you could say, for it to be. And he can do this infinite times. Oh, you're very, very welcome. I'm glad she found it interesting. But there is a real sense here of needing to bring it all in. Use everything that is at your disposal for whatever you want to bring into the future. The time is now, Gemini. You can bring in anything you want. And even if you are trying to rock back and forward, some sort of monetary that seems a little bit unstable or a little bit needing more agility here to move forward with its security, you've got it in the bag. It is actually for a Gemini reading, but I feel like you can make anything happen. There needs to be a belief in self though, because we start off the week very all over the shop, very emotionally invested but not emotionally secure, very unstable. And with that Queen of Pentacles reversed, this is very unstableness or neglectfulness within the home, just not wanting to, not caring to, not wanting to present either your appearance to that of what you normally would either. Having a slothy kind of day, I would say. But I see as the week comes out, you can make anything happen that you so choose or wish to bring into reality. Just believe, wish, and do, Gemini. Next sign, the Bulls of Taurus. Let's see what's coming in for the Bulls. Let me just grab a sip of iced coffee, a drag of a death stick, because we probably would, yeah, we would be about that halfway mark. You know, Redsky really does love an interval in the middle. I can't be running circles all day and not have a moment to have a coffee and a tea break. Which tea break has nothing to do with tea for me. It's schmocko. We don't do tea, we do smoko. All right, let's find out what's coming in for Tauruses, 9th through to the 17th of July. Taurus, please. 9th through to the 17th of July. Oh, just let me turn that heater off because it's like getting a little bit warm now. Taurus, 9th till 17th of July, please. I feel like these are a bit anxious, Taurus. Yes. Because before I pulled that first card, I had that, you know, when you go to do something and you question yourself and you're like, and you stutter for a minute, like you're not trusting yourself, you're questioning yourself, you're not sure. It's like you're stuttering, you're stammering, you're last minute right before it's time to go. Don't ever do that while you're driving. That's how you have an accident. If you're going to commit to it, bloody commit to it. Don't stutter last minute or stammer. You do that, that's how you get squashed. You know, the chicken running across the road syndrome? This is crazy, Taurus. This is weird. This is a bit of a weird reading, but let's see if we can debug it and find out what is actually going on here, because it's got me tripping. Underlying energy for Taurus this week is that of chance. The Wheel of Fortune, Major Arcana. The Wheel of Fortune does not dictate good or bad. It does not dictate the outcome. It predicts the option of a chance. Of anything can happen. Fortune, fate, you know, good, bad, yes, no. Lady luck, or that nasty, whatever you want to call it, it's coming. And you've waited a long time for an opportunity. And it's finally, at some point this week, going to come and knock on your door, Taurus. I've got a funny feeling you're not going to be prepared for this. In fact, it's going to rock your world and your socks off, darling. whatever you're trying to cultivate. Oh, baby, you cultivated a whole lot more than what you're expecting. For example, if you're trying to clone a plant, you've cloned a whole freaking jungle. Your cultivation's out of control, Taurus. This is why. The 9th and 10th, the Saturday and Sunday. Start the reading with the 7 of Swords in reverse. Taurus. There's a lot of arguments here. Following or listening to some sort of advice or counsel which is not exactly truthful or not exactly certain, but believing it is. This is going to lead to some sort of slander, arguments, people babbling, talking, maybe about you or to you, or directly coming to confront or, you know, talk it out with you in regards to what has been said. There's a real sense here of someone saying something and the Chinese whispers wall syndrome going on. You know, one person tells another, the story slightly changes, and by the time it gets to the end, it's a completely different story. And I feel like words can be weapons sometimes, as Cher said. And I feel like these words are getting around and it's causing a little bit of disdain or discomfort to some people, and they want to verbally work it out. I don't think it's going to cause too many issues though, Taurus, because coming in after that 7 of Swords reverse for the Monday, Tuesday, the 11th and 12th, we have the Ace of Cups, the Dove of Peace here. So whatever issue there was, it's going to be very short-lived. It's going to be, you know, water off a duck's back or water flowing out of a cup. There's going to be abundance and perfection. You're going to move forward without any disdain or issue from this. It's going to clear itself up quite quickly, and you're going to go into a state of really focusing on what it is that you want to bring in, what wishes you really want to fulfill, what you want to invest your love in, what it is you want in life, Taurus, to, you know, overflow your cup and bring peace, harmony, and prosperity into your life through love, connection, and or sentiment and emotion. I feel like you may have found it, Taurus. The Wednesday and Thursday, the 13th and 14th, coming in after that Ace of Cups, is the 7 of Cups reverse. Now this is saying there are a lot of options on the table, but you're not getting all confused by the lights of New York. You know exactly what cup you want, and you have chosen the one cup that you want. There is a sense here of a lot of options maybe coming in to sort of confuse you a little bit, and you may be, you know, getting a lot of offers here, but you're not taking any of them any more than a grain of salt. You knew long before the offers came in what it is that you wanted, and as the offers come through and leave, you still know what you want. And I feel like when you know what you want, that's when shit gets really, really serious of uncertain events, because seeing out the week for Taurus, the 15th, 16th, 17th, the Tower, everything's going down like a bake sale, and everything's going to be taken beyond the foundation. There will be loss of security, monetary, everything's changing, everything's getting ripped from whatever was secure down to its foundational points, and then getting removed even more still. There is massive change coming for Taurus. I feel like whatever you wish for, you know, the little plant, and you got the jungle, this is that. It's over cultivation or something. There is a sense that everything is going to change for you, Taurus, coming out of the 17th out of this week. You know, systems, processes, secure things, housing, it all could change for you. It's all going to shift. And I feel like this is that fortune or fate or chance. And I'm not going to tell you whether it's good or bad. It's just the fact that something's coming, happening, massive change. Give me 2 seconds and we'll do the next sign. Yes. Seems like when you make up your mind, Taurus, which cup you want, and you want to invest that sentiment into something, everything decides it wants to change it up and change it out, or just flip it on its head and really unsettle some things. I don't think in the end it's going to be all bad and all doom and gloom. It's just there's going to be a lot of stuff going on all at once that not only did you not expect and you didn't foresee. Just, it's out of this world. Out of this world. All right, next sign, Aquarius. Water bearers. Let's see what's coming in for their week for the 9th through to the 17th of July. Naughty cards. Misbehaving now. Let's see what's coming in for Aquarius. Their week. 9th till the 17th of July. Alright, for Aquarius. I feel like you just feel pretty upbeat, Aquarius. Like, you know, a little chipper, you know, whistling Dixie, kind of, you know, just going with the flow kind of thing. Oh, probably because you're having a hard week. So you're trying to take the down moments as down moments. Oh, these 9s tonight have been coming through a lot. The underlying energy for Aquarius this week is that of the 9 of Pentacles reverse. This isn't the greatest of energies because this is some sort of roguery. And this is a real dissipation of your security or your house. Someone coming in, being a bit of a rogue trader, you know, someone gambling the house. Like literally gambling your assets, gambling your inheritance, maybe gambling your security here, whether it's in your hands yet or not. It's like maybe the family house or, you know, assets within that or inheritance, things of that nature. There's a real sense here of things being taken when they hadn't even like touched your hand, like something that was rightfully should have been your possession or should have been yours, or just been like stolen, like, yeah, gambled. Someone's made a bad decision here. I feel someone's made a bad decision. I don't feel like it's Aquarius. I feel like this is subject to someone else's decision. They're going to be wearing the bad side of it. Let's break down their week. Aquarius, the 9th and 10th, Saturday and Sunday. 6 of Cups reversed. So this is trying to have a hopeful outlook on something that is just arriving now, or something that is soon, very, very soon actually to arrive. It's like literally on the doorstep, about to knock on the door. You know, future plans, ideas. This refers to, you know, the past is gone, releasing any of that nostalgia bullshit and sort of moving forward with, you know, glass half full, let's be positive, let's make it happen kind of thing. It's that sense of, you know, we've got to focus on this future plans, release. We're not even looking in the back of what's happened because we don't want something to fail. I feel like we've got a lot of anxiety or worry that things will fail, so we're trying to be as positive, as uplifting, bring in new, fresh, even if we're still dealing with a lot of the same, you know, issues, or even dealing with the same sort of idea. We're trying to revamp it, refresh it, trying to bring a whole new positive spin to it. Then we come to the 11th and 12th, Monday and Tuesday, Aquarius, and then we have Leo's major arcana come through, the Strength card. I'm seeing with this new hope idea, whatever's knocking on the door, about to bring itself in or just brought itself in, you're going to need a lot of strength and tenacity to accomplish or just to maintain. A lot of bravado. You're going to need an infinite amount of this. There's a real sense here of needing to tame that internal beast as well, to calm it and bring it in to alignment, but not by force. It will take your hand off if you force it. This woman is working with the lion. She's not using excessive pressure. What she's doing is allowing the animal to use the pressure, and she's working with the same amount he is. Because if you look very carefully at the card, it can almost give you the sense of her movement with her hands as she puts it into lion's mouth. She's not forcing it and trying to like stuff food in its face kind of thing, or like trying to like put it like her hand down its throat and, you know, remove its tonsils. She's using a lot of care and a lot of management in her movement here. Not just strength, but management of pressure is what I want to say. And that's the key here. It's not forcing it and like, you know, driving it and not bringing it into a sense of balance through the art of the action of it. The strength card is so much more than a woman trying to work with a lion. It's about that perfect unionship, almost like a dance of fluency. Otherwise we'd be falling over and would have lions eating their handlers' hands off. It's that working together to have the ultimate outcome, which is where we both get what we want. She doesn't lose her hand and he'll get fed supper. But we've got to work together here. We've got to bring the internal and the external into alignment and do it infinite and fluid. It's going to be hard. The 13th and 14th, the Wednesday and Thursday for Aquarius, we have Capricorn's major coming through now. So we had strength and now we got the devil reversed. As I said, the devil reversed is much better than it's upright. You're using that strength, like I said, and you are trying to bring this all into the perfect amount of pressure for what is needed to the situation that's calling for you to have strength or tenacity or whatever it's calling for you to do. But we're not going to get caught up, pulled in, or be made to pay a price for something that's not our responsibility or not our fault or not our issue. We aren't getting roped into other people's problems, responsibilities, or being the if and but in their sentences when they should be saying, yes, that was me putting my hand up and apologising. Aquarius won't be doing that. They'll use strength and manage everything as they need to, but they're not getting shackled to anything that will put them in a position of being subordinate or less than or shackled to or any of that. Because the moment they smell that, feel that, the 15th, 16th, 17th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Aquarius will go rabbit. The 8 of Cups, nut, stuff that. 8 is not 10, this is too hectic, I'm out. And watch my ass as it walks out the door because I ain't coming back. Phone number, disconnect, ghosted, where's it gone? I'm out. Doesn't matter what prosperity or what investment Aquarius has put into this person, place or thing, they will be out quicker than you can say, where'd you go? They don't want to be binded to anything that's addictive, bad for them. They're trying to bring in this management and new ideas and anything that's going to try to control, bind, puppet them. Aquarius doesn't want to bar off. And I think this is all because that underlying energy, some sort of roguery or some sort of gambling of something that should have or did belong to you, a valued asset, was taken or gambled or, and I don't feel this was by your hand, you're just suffering the consequence of that, Aquarius. And that's what's leading you to make these decisions and to enforce this sort of behaviour and rules. Because you don't want to re-go through anything like that again. It's learning from an experience and trying to never go near those waters again, I feel. I hope it works well for you, Aquarius, because it's terrible when, you know, you lose things through third parties or other people. It's hard. I hear ya. Libra, the Scales of Justice. I wonder what their week's going to be like. Let's check it out and see what's coming for the 9th through to the 17th for Libra. See what their week's going to be like. Hopefully very balanced. I think this week's going to be a bit of a weird one for everyone. We are very much in Cancer season. We've got a few planetary things going on which could set off some dramatistic moments. People's emotions getting a little bit unsettled. People's feathers getting a little bit ruffled. People getting a little bit, you know, moody, I want to say. People getting a little moody. People start to feel things that they can't explain or express, and they get a little twisted. It will be short-lived. Oh, wow, Libra, what is this? Libra's having a completely different week to everyone else. They're in their own sphere, or maybe not. Well, it was very different until the underlying energy rocked up. That looks familiar. But he's up right this time. Oh, underneath that, 2 of Cups reversed. Oh, Libra. Did someone do something naughty? Oh, this is a real sense of someone effed up badly here. Someone did something they shouldn't have. The underlying energy for Libra, whether this is a person you're dealing with or whether you've done this, take it how it resonates, but the Devil with the 2 of Cups reversed, there is a disunionment here due to someone doing something they shouldn't have. Some sort of manipulation, control, could have been a sexual act or something of that nature, promiscuous behaviour. Something that's addictive behaviour, definitely. And that could be a lot of different things, but someone did something that they shouldn't have, made a decision that they shouldn't have, or got caught up in something that they shouldn't have, and it's led to a direct disunionment, breakup, bust up, dissolvement of a commitment, relationship or unionship or partnership, as in businessship here. I feel like this was bad. Saturday, Sunday, 9th and 10th for Libra. Knight of Cups reverse. Player energy. This is someone that just is very deceitful, brings in the deception, and will flattenize you and follow you and then F off and take everything with them. This is an individual that has a real appearance to mislead, very Casanova, you know, pulls you in, says all the right things, very suave, very emotionally invested, very much comes in wanting to offer you a cup, but it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all BS. It's all tell you what you want to hear, bed of roses. It's full of thorns. There are no roses. It is just thorns. It's someone that's just tell you what you want to hear. There's no sentiment actually in it. It's all just empty. It's meaningless. It's empty. Libra, the Monday, Tuesday, the 11th and 12th. 7 of Pentacles. These 7s too. 9s and 7s have been big today. 7 of Pentacles, it's looking at everything you've got up to this point, or your monetary, your material, or your security, everything you've got up to this point, and really assessing it with a real long glance and stare, maybe even getting the calculator out and busting the numbers. You're asking the big questions. Is there enough monetary? Am I earning enough moving forward? Can I sustain this? Is there security here? Where's all my assets sitting? Where is all my interest sitting? And you're crunching the numbers, and something's wrong. Something is very, very wrong. Wednesday and Thursday, 13th and 14th for Libra, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. The moon. Pisces, major arcana. This is pure deception and the unknown, the darkness by which we can't understand, that we know that we should fear, which we do so fear. We have no control over. The moon is that which is unknown. It is that of deception, lies, misrepresentation, falsities. It's that of manipulation. It's that of pure deception and deceit. It's that of not knowing which is which. It's that of delusion. It is that of the subconscious. It's that of, you know, the mind playing tricks, not knowing what's real, what's fake, what's truth, what's lie, what's a delusion, what's an illusion, what even where you fit in all of this is getting all confused and all lost in the source of it. You're going deep within self of the subconscious, I want to say, Libra. And it's getting very murky in these waters. For some of you, I want to say you may have a moment of lacking in, lacking in mental clarity, to be honest. And you may be feeling mentally unstable. Oh, thank you so much, my darling, for joining me. It's an absolute pleasure to see you, Melissa. Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate you still coming around and visiting me on my little baby channel and saying good day. It's just an absolute pleasure to see you, and I'm glad to see that you're doing well and spending some time with your mum, and I hope your daughter is doing well as well. I wish them all the very best. So tell them all big hugs from me over here in Australia, and you take care, and I hope to see you very soon again, Melissa. Okay, my darling? Thank you so much. Love and light to you, my beautiful. But for Libra, I feel like you guys mentally, sweeties, mentally, I gotta say it to you, mentally aren't feeling well. Good for you, my love. You take care, my sweetheart. I feel like for Libra, my poor darlings, on Wednesday and Thursday, you're going down a bit of the Alice in Wonderland, a black hole. And everything's on its head. You're coming out, you don't know if you had the red pill, the blue pill, all you know is the doorway's upside down and there's a Cheshire cat grinning at you. And you feel like you're tripping out from something on the 70s. You don't know what is going on, what's real, what's fake, you can trust. You're even not even trusting yourself right now. I feel like you really are going into the depths of the subconscious and you are getting a little lost. But on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 15th, 16th, 17th, is the Seven of Wands reversed. You pop out of the rabbit hole and you realise you're right back where you bloody started. You've not made any gains here. You've not made any leadway here. You're not standing above your combatants or people that were trying to oppress you or stood up against you or tried to puppet you into doing something that they wanted you to do rather than what you wanted to do, Libra. And now you've lost all leadway, all ground. They're making gains upon you. This is the sensation of not only did I lose the battle, but I lost the bloody war. Big time. And I feel like you don't even know you're fighting. You're fighting a battle you didn't even know you were fighting. Meh. Four of Cups. Underneath that, Ten of Cups reversed. Underneath that, the world, it's over. Meh. Unfulfilled. No love, no happiness, no sentiment, no care anymore. That underlying energy though, with that Two of Cups reversed, with that Devil, guys, that's brutal. That's brutal. There's only so many ways you can read that, and that's brutal no matter what way you do. Normally we only have one intermission, but today we're having two, maybe more. We only have a couple of signs left to go. But that was brutal for Libra, honestly. Be wary of any invitation or any suave person that comes across Casanovaistic or not. And I want to say to a lot of you, do not accept a drink from anyone at the bar. Do not accept any drinks from anyone this week at all. No drinks from no one. Do not accept any drink that's come from another person's hand. Do you understand me? Please. No drinks from anyone else's hand. Get your own drink. If you don't get your own drink, you don't drink it, Libra. That's the lesson for the week. Do you understand? Say it now with me. If the drink did not come from my hand, if it came from another's hand, I don't drink it. Okay? That's your mantra for the week. Please live by it and you'll live long and prosperous. Don't fall down that Alice's rabbit hole of mental obscurity like I was talking about. I do believe it comes from the drink. If you know what I'm talking about, keep the drink in your hand. Don't take a drink from another. The next sign to be read will be Capricorn. Mad shout out to the Jocelyn. Capricorn. Mad Cappy. And that Cappy, she make me so happy. We love the Jocelyn. All right. Cappy. Let's find out what's coming in for your week, the 9th through to the 17th of July. As we kick it on crab style through Cancer season. Sidestepping it. Capricorns now. For our seagulls, what we got coming in for the Capricorns. Oof, anything you want, baby. Anything you want. Ooh, anything you can think of. Anything you want. Ooh. Ooh. You can have anything you want. And you've got a lot of options on the table. You might be having a piece of all the pies. Not having to pay a cent. There's my earrings. So, Tara. Cute day. I love a wish. Alright, Capricorns. Underlying energy for your whole week. The whole week for Cappy. 9th till 17th. 7 of Cups. Ooh. Got a lot of options on the table. Some good, some bad, some ugly. Some are just wishful, whimsical wishes. You want to pick them on your dying day or on your last dollar. They're still nice to say and look at them. There's a bit of illusions here though. Maybe not being real with self about exactly how many of these options are actually possible. Not all, several of them, I feel. And I think you know that too. You must examine your motives and avoid wishful thinking. It's time to get real. I'm hearing, Capricorn. It's time to get real. Fairy tales and fairy floss. So fairy tales and fairy floss I'm hearing. Done are the days of the dreamer. Oh, 10 of wands underneath that. Heavy burdens. You enter into any of these 7 things, you're going to get burdens. You ain't going to get no pleasure. You're going to get burdens. I'm hearing you're going to get played. Let's look at the week, Capricorn. The 9th and 10th, the Saturday and Sunday. You are the Magician. Mercury energy coming through here. Wow. You can create and manifest anything you so choose. You have all of the ingredients, everything at your disposal. You just need to wish, manifest, make it happen. You've got all the tools of the trade. You've got all the knowledge at your disposal. And now you have all the ingredients to make the kick-ass cake of life. You just got to bake it, babe. You just got to bake it. And that's what I feel like you're preparing to do. Dawn on your best apron and whip the shit out of this cake and bake the crap out of it. The 11th and 12th, Monday and Tuesday, you're doing it with your mind and your mouth, baby. The King of Swords. You're being analytical. And you're saying it like it is. You're drilling at home. Man, no one can get a word in. No one can get a word over you. You are mastering in the action and the active nature of being determined in speaking your mind. You're being professional, commanding, forceful, superior, because you're highly analytical with your ideas and your direction and your approach and your delivery. No one can fault you. No one can put a candle to you when you're on par with this. And you have just got so many thoughts and designs, you leave people scratching their head, not being able to get a word in edgeways. How can you not win an argument? On the Wednesday and Thursday, the 13th and 14th, Capricorn. 4 of Pentacles reversed. I'm seeing you want to celebrate this fact. Maybe paying the tab for your colleagues at lunch, family dinner, nieces and nephews camp away. You're just spreading the dollar around. You're not being your normal, Scroogey, Cleavey, letting the dollar out the purse, Capricorns. Actually letting someone pinch a penny. Everyone get the hell up out their seat, grab a Capricorn and grab their purse. Now, you'll probably get the horns and the tail if you do that, but, you might have a chance of seeing a penny one day. I'm just playing. As we come into the Friday, Saturday and Sunday, the 15th, 16th and 17th now for Capricorn, end of the week, end of the reading. Taurus's major arcana, the Hierophant. It's time to get real with self. What are you really sacrificing this monetary for? What are you really sacrificing yourself for? What is it that you really want to manifest in your life that will bring you this happiness and make you feel fulfilled, mentally stimulated and challenged robustly? What is it that you want a unionship with, or marriage or agreement to the point of spiritually binded to it? Belief. You want belief to be brought back into life, Capricorn. It's like wanting that feeling of believing in Santa to come back again. Feeling of believing that all 7 options will bring fulfillment and happiness, even though probably none of them will. You want childistic wonder and that feeling of butterflies in the stomach, or that fuzzy, creepy feeling that you get crawling up back of your spine, up to the nape of your neck. It's icky, but you like it. You haven't felt that in a while, Phil. Maybe never to the degree that you really wanted to. And you want these things. Capricorn, you want these things, and you want the opportunity like everyone else around you's had to have these things. And you're willing to gift what is needed to it, willing to give all the mental stimulation and analytical thinking that you can. You're willing to create whatever is needed to make it work. You're willing to gift as much monetary to it to make it work. And you're willing to gift yourself to it, mind, body and spirit with the Hierophant. I just feel like you need an option to pick. And none of these are any good. And you know that. None of these 7 are an option at all. But you're so sick of waiting. Yeah. Money's good. Prosperity and your security, all that's good, but that's not what your problem is in life. Your problem is you want a connection, an outside connection of a person that you pick, that you can love, create a life with, really share your mind with and your body and your spiritual beliefs with, and maybe marry one day. You want to get married. You want to have your piece of heaven here on earth. I know that feeling. You guys deserve it. So I hope you find it. Take it bye-bye. Pisces now. The fish. Mad shout out to my one and only fishy friend, to Pisces Love 5. I hope you're doing well, but Pisces, the fish. That's fine. I'll come in for the 9th through till 17th of July. And thank you everyone that joined me tonight and stopped in the chat to say good day. I do appreciate each and every single one of you. The most beautiful beings. Pisces now. 9th till 17th of July. Going in for your week. Behaving so much. I've been so naughty today. Pisces, please. 9th through till the 17th of July. It's coming for the fish. Fishy week. Tuna. Won't be lettuce, we've got a shortage here. taste it. God, we had to upgrade now. We're moving to chocolate. Oh, that's good. Oh, Pisces, what the hell are you doing to me here? Oh, good Lord. This is something else. What have you got yourself into this time, Pisces? Honestly, what did you get your fishy tail stuck into this time? Whole underlying energy for your week, the 9th till the 17th of July. Judgment. Needing to atone. Judgment's coming and we need to atone, repent, forgive, and pay for our decisions, our choices. Judgment is coming and we all need to atone for what we did, what we chose, and the outcomes therefore. And I feel like you're scared, Pisces, because you feel like maybe your judgments will be carried through swiftly and not necessarily in your favour or to your light. The Strength in reverse underneath that Leo Major Arcana. Now, judgment is all about Pluto. It stands for Pluto, the planet. And you know, Pluto being a dwarf star. Dozens of moons, millions of asteroids, comets and meteoroids. It's a vast variety of infinite things out there. But here and now, all you care about, all you're worried about, Pisces, is judgments. And being too weak-willed, too lacking in strength or tenacity to fight anymore. Bring on the chocolate. Oh God, I've got one left. We hit another baddie like this one, there'll be none left and I'll be going back to the servo again. Spend another $10 or more. Look, people, we're going to have to have a pull for Red's iced coffee addiction that she needs for the readings, guys, okay? On special, $3 a pop. It ain't cheap. That's Australian dollars. We need to start a pool, man, for me iced coffee funds. And Pisces, your week, the Saturday, Sunday, the 9th and 10th, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is really a sense of not having, it's not even not having any luck. It's everything goes bad all the time. And you're never not only not in the right, you're never ever even considered, it feels like. But someone is forcing a decision upon you and you have no choice in it. On the Monday and Tuesday, the 11th and 12th, we have the Knight of Wands. This is a journey and moving residence. Sorry, this is a bit of a hard reading because I think I know who this reading is for. I think they do too. 13th and 14th, the Wednesday and Thursday, the Lovers reverse, Gemini's Major Arcana. We're actively trying to move away from a connection that we once, well actually, I want to say once cared for, but I feel like it has been dissolving over a long time. And now, what little sentiment there was left, now that's been removed now too. And you're moving away from this connection, people, place or thing it entails to. 15th, 16th, 17th, the Friday, Saturday and Sunday, seeing out the week. For Pisces, we have the 8 of Swords. We feel very imprisoned. Crisis, conflicted. We feel in danger. We're so anxiety-ridden. I feel like our senses have been taken from us and we're not having much sense right now, but we really aren't in any imminent danger, but we are very uncomfortable. We are very displeased. And we are very mentally exhausted, angry, confused. Yeah, Page of Swords, Justice underneath that. Once you get your head back in the game and out of the combatant of the Eight of Swords, you will go Page of Swords. You will start to find the knowledge that you need here to get yourself out of this shit, to move forward. And with justice behind that, justice will bring in the judgment. And if you're doing the just thing, he wants the right thing. Because the right thing isn't what justice decides. Justice decides what the just thing is. And that's not what the right thing is. What you think the right thing is not the just thing in it. Never is. Because they're not mutually exclusive. They're not even distant cousins. They're not even family members, guys. They're from a completely different pool of fish breeding. They're not. Pisces, I've got to warn you. The wheel has stopped turning. Someone else controls that now. And I feel like they spin it on you. This was forced movement. You're forced to move forward. Because you want to, but because you have to. And this leads you to really think ill will of this, well, not think ill will of this person, but to really no longer love this person or this connection to change and sour. And I mean deeply. I feel like it was already a soured relationship before, and moving forward, this is really going to hurt you. You really feel crisis conflicted. You really feel imprisoned, like they threw you under the bus. Judgment at the bottom of that. You're going to have to atone for your heart in this. And you must be honest and truthful to self, otherwise judgment will just come in and take it all away, even more so. Make you pay for what you didn't do. Final sign to be read, Scorpio. Mad shout out to the one, the only man of the minute, man of the moment, man of the timestamp. And man, am I so glad that he comes around seeing me to keep my time in check. My time is trashy time. My time is tick, 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 tragic. And it is tick and tonka. Out of time. So thank you so much to Goodman for all of his support, friendship, time, and timestamps. You are the Time King, Goods. And you're good at what you do. So good for you. All right. For Scorpio, the final sign to be read. 9th through to 17th. And I hope you have a really wonderful July, Goodman. Take care, right now. Good to hear from you. Coming in for Scorpio, please, spirits and guides, for the 9th till 17th. Seeing feathers. Flying. I'm seeing a lot of feathers. Feathers might be a sign of something for you. Not this devil shit again as well. What is going on with everyone's week this week? What is this? Oh good, I might just have time to get over to water and fire tarots to do timestamps. Scorpio. Underlying energy for your week is Capricorn's major arcana, the devil reversed. So we aren't getting shackled, pulled into anything that's bad for us, anything that will leave us maleficent, puppeted, any sex dungeon games. Not falling for that again. No walking inside with the pizza, you know. Pizza boy, no come inside. We know what come inside results in. No leave, no escapiano. No, but seriously though, Scorpio doesn't want to get attached to anything that's crazy, maleficent, anything that's going to try to control them, any psycho, narcissistic, clinger bullshit, or anything that's going to cause arguments, or just doesn't want to, Scorpio just doesn't want to borrow any of this shit. Scorpio's like up for this sort of shit. So Scorpio, I think you're firing back in your own smart way. The 9th and 10th, Saturday and Sunday. The Page of Swords for Scorpio. Saturday and Sunday you're being vigilant. You're trying to ascertain the knowledge, truth by which people are not trying to reveal. In their subtleties, you're trying to find the keys to the information by which they are not saying. By their mannerisms, their tone, by the clues they're leaving, by their gestures and body language. Scorpio, Monday and Tuesday the 11th and 12th, we are embodying Aries Major Arcana. The Emperor, being downright authoritative, commanding the respect, even though you're not trying, everyone's just blissfully acknowledging you. You are so respected and admired, and your word is like law. You know, you say it and shit gets done. It's like, you know, I want this done, and everyone's like, yes, master, let's do this, big master. You don't need to ask us twice, master. You got a lot of sway, a lot of pull, a lot of swagger here. You know, your name actually means something. I mean, a nobody, even though you may not be a somebody, or you may not think you are, but you are. You're being very authoritative here. You really are taking control of your emotions. Emotions really don't get into it. You're very, you know, black and white. Straight laces, they come, and very honest and upfront, and you do kind of expect that from your counterparts or those around you to be at least in some ways like that, in some regard. Coming through Wednesday and Thursday, the 13th and 14th for Scorpio. 10 of Swords reversed. 10 of Swords. Pain, affliction, ruin, you know, being backstabbed, being left to bleed out. You know, one would have done. A bit of overkill, I would say. 10 of Swords is that ruin, pain, misfortune, desolation, especially mental anguish. I feel like you tried to take on this Aries ability of, you know, managing everything and being superior. But I feel like someone desolates you mentally or attacks you in some way, like verbally or through their thoughts and calculations. They calculate it and cook some sort of wicked scheme, and I feel like it, for a moment, it does get on top of you. Because the end of the week, the 15th, 16th, 17th for Scorpio. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Pentacles reverse. Sloppiness, mediocrity, not doing anything to the highest of ability. You've given up. Everything's mediocre right now because you're not using your skills. You're not listening to advice. You're thinking that you know it all, and your experience isn't adequate. So you're just coming across as, you know, small fish in a big pond. Someone that's apprentice instead of a master. Someone that's a child rather than an adolescent or adult. I feel like when you try to take on this Emperor energy, some of you get labelled, ostracised, or just desolated, whether you do that to yourself by beating yourself up over it, whether they do by verbally assaulting or gifting you some thoughts of their own. And it just makes you pull back from everything, Scorpio. It makes you just want to give up. Makes you just want to not collaborate with people right now. I don't feel like you're really trusting people right now. Scorpio additional. Yeah. Okay. One, but it gave me two. I did pull the Seven of Pentacles reverse, but underneath that stuck to it a little bit, kind of sort of Page of Wands reverse. Scorpio, your additional message as a bonus is that your monetary and material is not only not as secure as what you thought, it's not as plentiful either as what you thought. In fact, it's in a real state. Page of Wands. Further information. Get back to manifestation. Get back to doing you and focusing on what you want to bring in. F what everyone else thinks. F what everyone else says. At the end of the day, who the F are you living your life for? For their opinions, thoughts, and desires, or that of your effing own? F that, Scorpio. Get the F up and say F it. And fight for your right to F the F up. Because it's your life. So F it. F it all. I'm out of here, guys, before I F everything F up. I'll be back in less than 24 hours. Tonight at about 10. Right now it's 4 a.m. 4 a.m. on a Saturday morning. And she's got her tarot earrings in. What's a girl to do, you know? Shower and shave. So with that in mind, I better go ski, but it's really been good for you to come around and see me red here. Righteous rings, raw, righteous, real rings for you guys, my viewers, and thank you for joining me. Light and love to all. I'll see you next week for where we travel through time to the week that hopefully will be yours, not mine. Take care, guys. I love you heaps. I'm outie. Go get that shaver happening. Take care. And don't forget, infinite. Happy birthday, biatch. I love you, girl. Take care. I'll see you in less than 24 hours where I don't know what we're gonna do. Cards, anybody? Let's do card tricks and see if we can get the magician in the hat. Pull a rabbit out of its... Right? Alright. Well, maybe you can come up with something then. Because look, don't worry. It's going to be fun, games, shits and giggles galore. So make sure you join me for the live that's coming up next and much, much more. Till then, guys and gals, goblins and ghouls, grits and goblets. I don't know. I gotta go, guys. Iced coffee fun. We need that shit. Take care. Bye. See you.